Alright, I've got my D20. I've got an envelope. I've got Tyvar, the belligerent. And my deck boxes. Let's get started. Okay, first up, I'm going to make a few changes to Tyvar. Pretty straightforward. Nothing terribly extreme. Yeah, this could have been a mail call, but there's only 3 cards in here and 2 of them are duplicates, so I don't think it's worth a fucking mail call. Anyway, let's see what I got. Why didn't anybody tell me about this? You lads watching my channel, shit, nobody, everybody slept on this card? Everybody? Are you fucking kidding me? Come on, lads, wake up. 2 and a green for 2/1 elf, shaman mutant. So I guess this will be the last set with shamans. Shamans. Shaman. Shazam! Evolution witness. 1 in green, adapt 2. If it has no +1/+1 encounters on it, you can give it 2. So it's a 4/3. Big fucking deal. Who gives a shit? Wait a minute. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 encounters are put onto this chick, return target permanent card from graveyard to your hand. Ooh. And it's a fucking common. It's not even a rare. So that means in Tyvar Kel, Tyvar the Bellicose, Tyvar Kel is the Planeswalker. So Tyvar Kel gives all my elves, they can tap for black. Tyvar the Bellicose says whenever a mana ability creature resolves, it gets a +1/+1 encounter on it equal to the amount of mana produced. So you're telling me that at instant speed, I can just tap her. If I've got Tyvar and Tyvar Kel out, I can just tap her, and instant speed, she gets +1/+1 encounter, and I can pull something out of my graveyard, a permanent. That sounds pretty fucking good to me. She's going to replace the, I forget what the fuck he is. She's going to replace some dude. And since I was so entranced by this card, I went ahead and got a second one, not really knowing at the time what I was going to use it for, but she's going to Kenny. And now I want to get another one for Voya. So if she's in Kenrith, if she's hanging out with Big King Kenny, he's in play, she's in play, and I've got some dead shit that I want back. For 1 in the green, you can just, hey babe, here's a +1/+1 encounter. And she's, oh thanks Kenny, here's something back out of your graveyard. Fuck, at instant speed. Am I missing something on this card? Is there something I'm not reading right? Okay, 2 and a green for 2/1. Let's run through it again. Evolution witness. Creature, elf, shaman, mutant. 1 and green, adapt 2. You can do, and there's no restriction. It doesn't say only adapt as a sorcery, only adapt when the moon is high on the 7th night of the 7th month. No. You just do it. As long as you have the mana. And she doesn't have any. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 encounters are put on her. It's not, if she doesn't have any, it's not a sacrifice, anything. It's just, if she gets a counter, you get something out of your graveyard. Sweet. So, 1 of these is going in Kenny, 1 is going into Tyvar. And then I got this devoted druid. Hello, Emma.
Hello.
How was school? How was the museum?
Good. We were in the very top, part of it, and we had a beautiful view.
With the glass floor?
Yeah.
Where you got scared?
No, but the boys were.
You were scared when you were there when you were 5.
I know, but now I know. And there was a beautiful view, and we could see Betchin and everything. It was really nice.
Well, it's good that it's nice and sunny today.
Yeah.
Imagine if we went yesterday when it was gray and shitty.
I know, my goodness. And then we saw the dinosaur skeleton. That was fake.
Well, yeah. They're expensive. Yeah. Maybe when Max dies, we can make a kitty skeleton.
Why?
So maybe we can zombify him. We'll have zombie kitty.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so this is a devoted druid. I'm not sure if she's going in the deck. Not sure what she'll replace, and I don't have a lot of time to figure it out. So I think I'll just take her with me. 1 in green for a 0/2 elf druid. Tap, add green. And then I can put a -1/- counter on her to untap her.
Just sit down.
What?
I'm gonna go on the bike, okay? Here's the warm and sunny. Can I?
You can go where I can see you.
Okay. To the park.
Yes, where I can see you.
Okay.
And when are you going to be back?
At like 4.
What time is it now?
In like 6 minutes, 3.
So take your watch, be back at 4.
Okay.
Don't make me come looking for you.
Okay. And we were on the Mongolian steppe and it was really pretty.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, no matter if Tyvar the bellicose is out, or and there goes the fucking battery. God damn it! All right, so the battery's been replaced. Let's keep going. But it gave me time to go through the deck and find the 2 cards that I want to talk about in conjunction with Devoted Druid. So she taps for 1 green, and then I can put a Negwin counter on her to untap her. I saw this thing. I forget what article I was reading, but they said she goes devoted infinite with Tyvar. They didn't say which Tyvar, and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, because before you untap her, she gets the Negwin counter. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Anyway, that's not the one I wanted. Son of a bitch. The fuck is he? Where the hell is Dwayne and Dweenosis? Dweezil. Fuck is that guy? Maybe we should reduce the number of cards in a commander deck so it's easier to find the fucking things, but no, I'll take that out. Then that wouldn't be as much fun, I guess. And it would be a lot harder to make a deck. Oh my god. I mean, I have trouble now cutting down to 100 cards. Imagine if I had to cut down. Where the fuck is he? Where's Dweezil? Is he still in the box? Where the fuck is my guy that whenever... Ah, there he is. Alright, so I found Dweezil. Okay, so Dweezil here. Whenever this creature becomes tapped during your turn, untap it, put a +1/+1 counter on only once per turn. So she's got a +1/+1 counter on her. When I put the Negwin counter, they will cancel each other out. Matter, antimatter. So I can tap her reliably for 2 mana every turn as long as I have one of these effects. Tyvar the Bellicose does it. Dionysus Elvish Archdruid does it. When the creature is tapped, untap it during your turn, give it a +1/+1 counter. Tyvar Kel, I can put a +1/+1 counter on elf and untap it. It gains Death Touch, and so on and so forth. So she could reliably produce 2 green a turn. I'm not really sure I want to put her in right now. I'm not really sure she's worth the effort, but I bought one just in case. So that is a potential. Let's get to the real changes before I start rolling the dice. Okay, this Elvish Grewer, and he's beefy for it's an uncommon. 2 double green, 4/3 F Druid. When he comes to play, return target permanent. So he's not as good as Eternal Witness. He's not as good as Timeless Witness because they can return anything. And they're uncommons. So he's a little beefier, and he's been restricted to permanents. What the fuck is wrong with, what's up with that? That's bullshit. Anyway, so he's coming out. Yeah, I'll give Tyvar the retrofoil one. So Evolution Witness is going in. So if I tap her for any reason, giggity, if Dionysus isn't playing, it's my turn. She gets a plus and plus a counter, and I can bring something back out of my graveyard, a permanent. So, fuck yeah, sign me up. That sounds pretty good. Okay, then we'll make the next change to Tyvar before the evening festivities. And I'm taking him tonight because I want to see how he works. I want to see how these changes do. So Wrap in Vigor. 1 in green, regenerate each creature you control. Okay, it's great against any red board wipes because they all do damage. It's great against half the white board wipes because half of them say bury the creatures, the other half say... Actually, it's against a third, getting close to a third of the white board wipes, because a number of the white board wipes now say fucking exile them. Bullshit. And anyway, against Wrath of God, this is useless. Against Day of Judgment, it's perfectly fine, and it's a beautiful card. So I'm going to take this out and put another effect that gives me something similar, not quite the same, similar, in tune to the deck. So that Inspiring Call that I showed you in the last mail call. 2 and a green, instantly draw a card for every creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Those creatures just so happen to gain indestructible this turn. Ooh, and with all the +1/+1 counters I can put on my dudes, wow. I would love to have something like this for Nelia, but she doesn't have a shred of green in her, so nope, she can't have Inspiring Call. Anyway, that's Tyvar. That's changed for Tyvar. Let me put it in my deck box. So this is the box. This is my 60 card Ikoria deck. We really don't play with them anymore, but I always take them with me just in case. So Tyvar will go here, which means I have 2 slots for other decks. This is how I take my decks each evening. The way I used to do it is I would just pick whatever I wanted to play, and sometimes I didn't really know. Whatever deck I changed the most last and I want to test. 4 o'clock, take your watch. Don't make me come looking for you. Okay. So, used to be whatever deck I changed last I would want to take, or I would, okay, I need to take a blue deck, or, tonight, fuck it. Deck number 5. Deck number 5 is box number 1, and that's going to be Enemar, Aurelia, Edgar Markov, Edric. Who got put into number 5? I recently redid the decks. Oh yeah, Edric is number 5. Who did I forget? Who did I skip? I put Hirobi in the wrong place. So, Hirobi is actually number 5. So, Hirobi, you're up. That's why I put all the decks in alphabetical order, according to the name of the commander. Excuse me. Alright, so Hirobi is going tonight, which is kind of fun because I just gave him that Thrall Parasite. So he's got something new to play with. So what I did is I used to have my 2 Lord of the Rings decks in here, Frodo and Sam, Galadriel. But I took them out. There we go. I've got 1 more slot. Let's see what goes in. So I took them out because I should take one of my weakest decks every game, every session. The reason I should take one of my weaker decks is in case some of the newer lads show up. Cube has a new pre-con. For whatever reason, I just want to power down. My weakest deck is Frodo and Sam, because they hardly ever win. They're fun to play. Oh, fuck, are they fun to play, but they hardly ever win because they just get overrun by so many goddamn things. And then Galadriel. Galadriel, she can hold her own. But I still have 2 slots open. So these decks hold these boxes hold 5 decks each. taking out Sam, taking out Gladriel, that takes out 2, thereby going down from 20 to 18. 1 slot is reserved for the deck I'm working on now that I'll show you lads once I get closer to understanding it, figuring out what I want to do and why it is the way it is. It's going to be a whole video, probably an hour on that. And then the other slot is open. And later on I'll have a segment where I ask you lads, I'll show you the cards I have and say, oh, who do you think my commander should be? Here's my idea. Can you think of something better? 13. So 13 will be in box number 3. 11, 12, 13. I forget who that is. Oh, fuck. The dice are not nice today. The dice are not nice today. I'm taking Muldratha. Well, at least Cube can play one of his drowsy decks because Muldratha is on par with that. Oh, she fucks shit up. Out of the graveyard. Need to get that play so I can see what it does against the lads. See, there it is, Damnation. Bury all creatures. I know it's got extra words, but it says bury all creatures. That's really what it says. You just have to know how to read the cards. Alright. So, I mean, I've got a whole video on Muldratha if you want to see it. Just search the channel for Muldratha. She hasn't had any changes lately. Any changes for a while, and she's probably not going to because she's pretty effective. And once I get my decks to where they work, to where I can execute my game plan reliably, where there's no stumbling in the deck, then I don't typically change it unless a card comes along that I just like, or something becomes obsoleted. But anyway, there's what I'm taking tonight. Hirobi, Muldratha, Tyvar the Belligerent, and then the deck I always play that we don't really play anymore. And that's it. Alright, now I'm ready for the Commander Night on, say the 2nd or the 3rd? On April 3rd, Year of our Lord, 2025.